Hey, good afternoon, team. It's Thursday evening, Friday morning. This is the weekend video. I am including the scan for the week as of the close today. So we have fresh, fresh new scan for the week with some additions from last week's scan. So we got some new names added on there. Okay, so the market basically, we're up 4 days in a row. One, two, three, four. Yesterday we closed like 0.1% above the 21, and today we took it. We closed way above it, but here we go, guys. The 50, the 50 is now in play. So the 50, and also like if you notice here, you got this, and you got this as resistance, and then you got over here, and over here. So basically, let me clean this up. This right here somewhere like close enough, somewhere around there. It's kind of like resistance. If you notice, that's exactly what we came to. That's exactly what we came to. That's exactly what we came to here. We didn't make it here, and then here we kind of didn't make it, and kind of the low that day. So this area makes sense, and lo and behold, that's what the 50 is. So I am pretty certain this is gonna be a level of resistance here. We might, Friday we might get above it, and then just kind of hover around it a little bit and hit our head on it, and then fall back down again, or we may kind of like stay in this area sideways for a few days and then take off. Who knows? But this is a big deal. Okay, getting above this 50 is a big deal. So keep this in mind in case you have some profits and you see a down day tomorrow. Maybe start scaling back and raise your stops, because this could be a headwind here in the 50. The S&P is not even close to being there. So maybe we get an update tomorrow, because the S&P is gonna follow through in its stocks and kind of like get to this level right here, and then that's when the 50 comes in. So there's still some points away here from the because the S&P yesterday did not close above the 21. It's still below it, and today it took it and it closed above it on a high on the high end. But look at the volume. Okay, decreasing volume. Look at the volume here. Also, decreasing volume. That is not good. This divergence is not bullish. It's bearish. When you have up days with decreasing volume, it's bearish. Just like here, we have down days with increasing volume. Very bullish trend to the downside. So it's a bearish move. So in other words, it confirms this high volume confirms this is strong. This lower volume, this does not validate this as strong, because there's no oomph behind it. There's no volume. And then you have the 50 coming in. So basically what I'm trying to say, if you're going to err to the side of caution and, raise your stops, take your profits, even as little as it may be, the first sign, the first sniffle you feel of a downturn, because it could be resistance here, bringing it down. Here with the S&P, we might have a little. Let's say we might have an update to kind of feel this gap here, and then push it down. I never look at the Dow because it's kind of like irrelevant. It's like 30 stocks. It doesn't mean anything. All right, so let me go look at the. Let me look at the Qs. This trend line that we had here, we broke yesterday. Kind of we fell above it. Now I had this one drawn in. It's kind of the equivalent of what I drew on the composite. And again, the 50 is right there, hitting his head. So this is going to be major resistance. 15-minute. We had this is Wednesday. Sorry, this is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. This is today, Thursday. Nice update. So we might have something tomorrow where like we meander around, kind of like Thursday, right here during the day, and then we might take off a little bit. Not sure. We took off here and kind of gapped down. We filled it, and we just kind of went higher. The Fed minutes came out, and there was a little bit of confirmation of nothing, nothing that's going to be crazy added to the next meeting as far as more than 50 to 75 basis points. So that's why the market, it's kind of like, okay, we're not doing a point or a point and a quarter or something like that. If not, we would have vomited. So we did not vomit. We went up, which is a good thing. But again, you go back to the daily, we're heading ahead. We're coming up to the point of like, okay, we're going to hit our head here. Or what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are we going to clear it like we did on the 21 when we hit our head and we automatically just keep going higher? Or the 50 is going to be a little bit stronger resistance? We will find out. We will definitely find out between today and tomorrow and Monday. Same thing on the weekly here. We have 3 weeks in a row of kind of like this level being some kind of resistance, and in the 10-week it's coming in. The 10-week back here was resistance, didn't make it. Again, back here was resistance. Back here was resistance last week, and then we're back on it again. Are we gonna get above it? We shall see. Put a little trend line here to get it from the low side. And see if we kind of start trending higher now. Maybe we can get some, sideways movement, and then eventually come around here, clear this, get over the 10-week, clear this, and then we have a nice little cup here. We go sideways, and then we take off above the 21, and hey, we're back on this channel. We just want to get back on this channel. And to get back on this channel, we got to fill this little cup here. Got to get some symmetry in this baseline here. And these are weeks, guys. So this is gonna take months. It's gonna be like, somewhere into September, like I mentioned, end of the year. We kind of might see something like this. Okay, so keep that in mind. Wanted to go over just real quick some stocks that I kind of like have my eyes on today, and I put some positions on, and the ones that I alerted you guys today that were kind of doing their thing. HRB. HRB, if you notice, it did kind of take out this right here, and then it kind of reversed right back inside. I did not get, I took this position, I took this trade. I did not get stopped out because we're still on a higher low, okay? So the trend, technically, even though it was a down day, but less than 1%, technically, we're, it's fine. I don't see any breakdown so far with today's action, and we're still above the 21. So it might be a false breakout, but hey, where's my line in the sand? That little base right there. The other one I gave you was PGR. Same thing with PGR. Broke my trend line. It hit it. Took it right here, and it closed right above 120. So where's my stop? I'm at 119.78. I'm gonna give it about another 90 cents or so. If tomorrow we have another down day inside over here, I'm just gonna get stopped out. It's perfectly fine. It can go on without me. No big deal. DLTR. I took profits on this today. Yesterday, it was above the breakout, and today it confirmed up 3 points. Very nice. When I started coming down a little bit, I took profits. I didn't want to have a lot of exposure. I already have my full portfolio of 6. I have 6 stocks right now, so I don't want to add any more. So this was one of the 6 that I took out, and took a little bit of profits in this today. So that was pretty good. EVH, another one that it took the trend line here yesterday. I had it yesterday. I took partial profits yesterday, and today I closed out when I saw this reversal. When it came back inside the high of yesterday, I started getting myself stopped out, and I made some good profits on this. I did not participate in this downturn. I actually sold when it was still high, and I made a decent profit on this. DQ, today was a great day on DQ. It was up 15%, 10 points. I was on this from yesterday afternoon when it kind of came back inside this little shelf right here. I took about 7.5 of this 10-point move today. So I scaled out of it 25%, and then 50%, and the other 25%. I'm 100% out of it. But it was a good one. The other ones that looking at that I either still have or took some profits on just to go over them really quick. ATGE, doing its thing, shelving out, basing out, not really causing any issues to get out of it. CRDO here, nice update today. It was a dollar, 9%, but it's still 9%. You have a couple hundred shares and you make a couple $100 in a day. Okay, above the 21. Remember, I was looking at this in this little low shelf right here. So that's working. I still have a couple hundred. I think I had like 500 shares of this, and I still have 200 left. I sold 300 today to take some profits. So I braced my stop to break even. So I'm 100% profitable. Anything happens in this. SIGI, another one I was looking at. This was a nice little breakout right here. This base. I took profits in this today. I'm already 100% out of it. I think I bought it yesterday. I forgot where exactly, but I made like 7.5%. It wasn't like that big of a deal on this. SYY. Sorry, 5.5%. I made 5.5% on this. It wasn't really a big winner, but hey, in this market, I don't want to sit around too long. SYY here. I have this one to add on to it. At the beginning of the day when it was kind of like coming down below yesterday's, and then when it overtook 85, I got in at 85.05. I'm currently holding it, so I'm up about a point and a half. I'm about a point and 3 cents, something like that. So I still have this 21 crossing above the 50. It's looking positive here. Where's my stop out? Below 21. And then another one I was looking at, WWE. Again, I had this trend line here. They took it. I jumped on it. I'm up a little bit on this, about a 1.5% on this. So I'm stopping out below yesterday's low, 21. So those are the ones that are kind of like having my watch list. I mentioned Go before and Vivo. Let me go Vivo. I still have 50 shares on Vivo. Yesterday was up nicely. I took some profits yesterday, big time on this. I had 300 shares, so I only have 50 left. I sold 250 yesterday on this move. It was a very, very good profitable move. I bought it, I think, when this little trend line was broke. Bought it right here yesterday, and then I'm sorry, on Wednesday. Sorry, today's Thursday. I bought it yesterday. When my God, I'm all confused. I apologize. Tuesday. Let me clean this up. I'm thinking it's Friday. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. This is Thursday. Okay. I bought it on Tuesday. Yesterday, Wednesday, I took 250 shares off the table. I took profits here, and I still have 50 shares today, Thursday. Okay. For tomorrow, where's my stop? Below today's low. Simple as that. I'm not gonna give it any money back on this. It was a very, very nice 12% gainer about 3 days. Very, very nice move from this one. And Go. I gave you guys both of these, Vivo and Go. Today it was up 5%, $2 up today. Nice move. Still above the 21. This little shelf here. I gave you guys Go. I had Go somewhere back here, and I took profits on it already. I never got back in it. And then it made a nice move today. So again, this is extended. Do not buy this. Wait till it comes back in the shelf and into the little shelf here. Wait till the 21 catches up, and when it's close to it, you see it, and then you have another line in the sand. When it breaks above it, then you get back in because you're closer to 21, and the 21 now becomes your point of exit. Like this would have been a perfect entry right there, right? 39.55 would have been beautiful, and you never would have been stopped out. I mean, never would have been stopped out. The 21 is still rising, and it never even broke back inside your 39, 45ish, 40 if you want to be really tight with your stop. It never came back inside, so technically you would have still had this. This is what you look for, guys. Stuff like this, right here, chopping around. Once it breaks it, boom, you're back in it. Even here, the lowest 36.87 is still above the breakout pivot. So you were never going to kind of early entry would have been another early entry would have been here. Is it a down trend line, and you get in right there. And again, boom, close to the 21. That's your stop. If you know, this will be the traditional pivot. This will be an early cheat entry, and you get in right here. That's your stop, and then tremendous profit. So this was a good one. So on today, look, another 5% up. I did not participate, but I want to show you what a winning trade looks like, and a stock performing how it's supposed to be looks like. Okay, another one right here. Look at that. You get in right here. You write this puppy up. You get in right here. You get stopped out on 21. You get back in when it closes above it. Boom. Okay, so that's trading. Okay, so the list I sent you. I'm gonna go through the first maybe like 15, 20 of the list. It's 174 stocks, just to kind of like see what I'm looking at. Okay, so first one, ARLP. I put my little trend line here. Anything above this, I'm a buyer. I'm adding on right here. BPT, that's my trend line. If it breaks that, the 50 is my stop over 21. I'm a buyer right here. PBT, put this aggressive trend line down. If it breaks this trend line, that means it's gone above the 50 and above the 21. So to come around, then I'm a buyer somewhere right here with my stop. If I want to be loose right here, if I want to be tight, right there. Oxy, put my trend line right here. Anything above 63.60 around there. Put this little base right here. Okay. CVI, this little base right here. Above, kind of shoved around, came back inside, hit his head twice. So this is relevant. And then if it hits here, that means he has gone above the 50, above the 21. Okay. STNG. I was in this little shove right here, and it stopped me out, and I was out. This was one that did not work. Okay, so they're not all winners, but my stop was like 1.5, 2 at the most, 2%. So again, that's the whole point, guys. You trade setups that give you a low risk entry. Okay, so nothing to do here is below the 50. I mean, it just cleared the 50, but it's nothing. You wouldn't do anything with this. Okay, right here, maybe something like this, right? Maybe something like that. Give myself a little alert. So I'm probably a buyer at 16.70, 16.60 something. Around there is a little shelf. Come back inside. You guys see this, right? You see this? Okay, DQ. Well, I told you DQ was a winner. It's extended. Don't touch this right now. Enphase. You could draw this little trend line here, right? This little shelf right here. I wouldn't touch it. I mean, it was up nicely today. Today would have been a nice move above 200. Would have given you at least $6.84 would have given you, because I wouldn't have bought it until it cleared 200. So, but I wouldn't do anything with this today. JKF was a big winner today. Solar stocks, energy solar was a big winner today. Almost 14%. JKS. Here's the alert, guys. 68.50, 68.85 I gave you. You want to buy this at 69. You would have a nice 5-point move on this. AFG, it's got to clear this mess right here. It's just going sideways, going nowhere. It's really been going nowhere since like last year. Okay, so it's got to clear this mess for me to even get interested in this. Same thing, this is going nowhere. I have this little shelf here. I'm not really interested. I'm going to take this out. I'm not interested in this. This is going nowhere. Okay. PGR was nice. I nibbled on PGR today. My stop is 119.78. I'm gonna give it a little bit more room here. I think I mentioned this. Yeah, this is one of the ones I mentioned earlier. So here we go. But again, just trying to get this move here to kind of like actually work and take off. If it doesn't, some low stop out, low risk entry. Let me see what's next. Yeah, it's got to clear this little base right here. It's going nowhere for a few months. It's got to get this, here, it kind of cleared it. And it took off. Eventually here, this little mesh right here cleared it, and then it took off. So I'm waiting for this. Okay. This one, I'm not interested. Somewhere up here, it's got to get above the 21, above the 50, kind of come around a little bit. Build up symmetry and then take off here. I'll leave it, but it's gonna take a while. Uh, Nothing's going on here. Not interested. This nice little cup here. Nice little cup here with a nice little handle. So I would say right here. I'll be, yeah, I like this. I like this. Because look, it hit his head. It kind of broke open this area here. This area here is kind of like sideways action. Once he cleared it, kind of set above it and came back inside. So this is relevant. This area right here is relevant, right? Hit his head here. He hit his head here today, and it came back inside. So if it doesn't, then hey, I'm not in it. No harm, no foul. It's just there until it does. Okay. So I told you about SIGI. I told you about this one. That I was in it. Somewhere right here would have been, or even here, that would have been a nice breakout right here. Double bottom. Almost double bottom. Almost. But you break this pivot, you enter at 81, and you're at 87. Okay, so right now it's too extended, so I wouldn't do anything with this. Okay, I would not touch this right now. I would not touch this right now. You have too much daylight. There's too much empty space here. Okay, too much empty space here. Look where the stock is, and look where the 21 is. Let me see here. You are 6.1% above the 21. That's just way too much. I like to be within 3.5%. Okay. Let's keep going. Maybe if it gets above 150, somewhere around here, right? It's an insurance. It's an insurance. I already have the other ones that I looked at in insurance. So, but if you like it, you can put a trend line in this one. If it breaks above 149, you could be a buyer. Allstate, the insurance, it's got to get above 137.54, guys. That's the pivot right here, okay? So that would be the pivot right here, double bottom. So it's got to get above this pivot right here. Travelers, a lot of insurance, a lot of property insurance. Top see the rotation, top 20 group, top 10 group. You could be aggressive with this entry here, which will be coincide with this little early cheap base here. So this could be a nice entry. CLR, I have this base, I have this trend line here. It's gotta get above this little base here. CNC, right here is building a nice little cup right here. Little sideways handle, I like it. Little sideways handle, that'll go sideways for a little bit. Once it takes off, you might get to a 95 play, maybe even close to 100. It hasn't gotten above 90. But hey, if you get in at 88, you might have a nice little run to 95, 97, or even 90, even 100. UNH again, it's been kind of coming around this little base here, and now see this little cup right here is building a nice little sideways shelf here. That's constructive. You want to see this breakout. Humana, same thing. The entry would have been right here, guys. This is the entry right here. So this is extended. I would not touch this at this point, okay? I would not touch this. CI, again, gave you an entry today. Today was the entry right there, up 4.5 points. 274 entry. You're in it. You're golden with the stop right here. ELV, below the 50. Not interested. We'll have to get above the 50. But this little cup right here with a nice little handle. See the cup? This is the cup. This is the handle. Boom. So if you want to play this, the second it gets above the 50 and above this little base right here, that's the pivot. That's your entry. MCK. Again, here's the cup. Here's the cup. Here's the handle. Okay. There's the cup, guys. There's the handle. Once it clears the handle, you're in it. Which is this is the trend line. This is picture perfect right here. Okay. Here's a little mini cup, right? Little mini cup. Little handle. Once it clears it, you have a nice move. Nice little sideways base. Boom. Nice move. When you get out, breaks to 21. You avoid all this. You get back in here, take some profits, and that's going sideways for a little bit. So here it is. Okay? Same thing right here, to 27 to 28. Once you cleared that, you had a nice move. You have a 35 point move. Okay? This one, just too choppy. Maybe, you know, somewhere around here. It might be an entry. NJR, right here. It's kind of your entry. You gotta wait for this to kind of the symmetry. This is a low base. I wouldn't take this nice little cup right here with a nice little handle, right? But you got this resistance up here, so I need this to be higher. I need this to kind of go up higher, and the handle near the pivot, so the pivot becomes symmetry to the handle. Lily, perfect little high handle here, right? Here's the cup, here's the high handle. So if you want to take this, where should stop? Below the 21. Okay? AZN, again, I have my trend line here. Alert me. J&J, yeah, too choppy. Next. I have this downtrend line here, the 50. It's got to get above the 50. Here's the cup, low cup with a handle. If it breaks the handle, it's above the 50. And then I got the 45 here. So it's an early cheat entry, but 45 is really a pivot, guys. 45, you know, 45.16 around there. We clean this up. You know, 45 got above this pivot right here. That's really the true pivot. This is an early cheat entry. That is a little bit more aggressive, but if you want to have the 200, it's just stop if it breaks the 50. Right here, it's going sideways. It's got to get above two, you know, get above 251 around there. Again, the market is already, you know, hitting its head on the 50. So again, I wouldn't be aggressive. I'm just taking it as an indication of what you look for. Okay, see how I'm going through them. Boom, boom. Again, I would have gone through these like already, 174 within like 5 minutes. But I'm talking my way through it so you can understand what I'm looking at, so you can understand what you're looking for. This is kind of like golden nuggets of knowledge I'm giving you here. This is what you look for, guys. You look for these things. Okay, here we go. That's little base right here. When it breaks this little shelf. BMI, yeah, not really doing anything. Moving on. MRK, nice little, see this little cup right here? This is the cup. This is the handle. And then the handle's kind of building a little cup within the handle. So this 94, 93, this 95 entry, it's ideal because you got a cup and you got another handle and then you got a cup with it within the handle. So you can go sideways for a little bit longer, and then when it takes off, it should give you a 100 play. Okay? So I'm liking this. NBO, yeah, not interested in really doing anything. It's going sideways for a little bit. No big deal. Jazz, this would have been a nice little entry in the pivot here. 156 or so, so it's already extended. Not interested. It already did its thing. PFC, yeah, nice little cup here, nice little handle. Technically, kind of like today was the buy. Maybe a 55 will be another one here. But again, just kind of forcing it. I wouldn't touch this. T-Mobile, yeah, not really seeing anything. This was the entry. This long little shelf right here. Look at this. Took what? Took almost 7 months. 7 months to build. And when it did, it went from 193 to 213 within a month and a half. That's a nice move. And look, you're still in it because the 21 is still intact. So you have to be patient. This took 7 months to build. Okay? And then you had all these sideways action chopping you around for like 4 months here, 3 months here. But when it does, that's why you have a trend line. That's why you have alerts. That's why you have a watch list. You put it in your watch list. You put the alert. When this, then that. If this, then that. If this breaks, then I'm a buyer. Until then, it's just going nowhere. And you put it in your watch list. You put the trend line, and you leave it there. And when you get alerted, hey, I'm a buyer at 193. And I'm still a holder at 193 with a nice 15% gain in a month and a half. Same thing here. Yeah, nice little cup here with a little lower handle that I would like, but still. Calm. This is kind of looking at the bottom right here. The entry was okay, guys. The entry was right there that day. That was the entry. Okay, look at the volume. Dull bottom. This is lower than this one. This is lower than this one. That's the W. That's your pivot. That's your entry. Picture perfect textbook. double bottom, technical pattern entry. Let me repeat myself. This low is higher than this low. So this low is lower than this low, okay? So when you have the second low being lower, that is a double bottom. A double bottom is not equal, okay? A double bottom is this. This. That's your entry right there, okay? When the second low is lower than the first low, your midpoint is your pivot entry on the reversal. And I mean, guys, it cannot be more textbook. Boom, right there. That's your entry. This day is your entry. Right there, that's your entry. And then you're a winner because it had not violated 21 at any point. Okay, and today you were up, rewarded another 4%. So let's say you would have bought it at, what's here, 48? Let's say 48. You got a nice 4-point move. You got a 20% move in about less than a month. Okay. Hershey, again, not doing anything. Double bottom, right here. This low is lower than this low. Here's my pivot. There's your entry. Okay, that would have been your entry. Now you're still in it. If that was your entry, you're still in it because it's chopping around. It really hasn't taken you out. And then you add on to it on this breakout. Okay, and you get stopped out on this breakout, downside. Okay, this right here is a low cup with a nice little handle here. See the cup? Here's the handle. You're a buyer here above the 50. Okay, and then you add on up here. This is a nice one. I like this. I like this right here. If it gets above here. Going sideways, maybe, for 41, 57 around there. Just interested. Bah, B-A-H, it blah. I mean, it kind of gave you an entry here, and it kind of almost stopped you out here, or maybe it did. So it's really going nowhere. I'm interested. Look at this, guys. I mean, look at this. I have my trend line, right? I have my trend line. There's your entry, right? There's your entry, 173, and you're 187. This thing works, guys. This system, this thing that I call trading with drawing this line, crayon lines on charts, makes you money. Okay, you draw a trend line on this little basis. It takes it. You buy, and if it comes back inside, you get out. You lose $100, and you can make $800. Okay. I'm not interested. Maybe an aggressive entry right here. Above this little base, this little mini little cup with a mini little handle. But again, just spread the merchandise. I have this here because if it goes to 50 and it comes around, you build some symmetry. It might take off for 100. Above 100 play kind of thing. This thing just worked big time, right? You take it here at 50 or 51. You take it here at 51, right? Above clearing this base right here. And then you're off to the races, and you might get off 55, you might get stopped out, and then you get back in it here, and then the 21 takes you out over here at 58. You still make another 7 or 8 points, and then a 61. So again, it's trending higher, but it doesn't have a legitimate entry point right here. Okay, so I wouldn't do anything with this. Nothing for you to do with this right here. BKH somewhere up here. I'm a buyer. Somewhere up here, okay? I want this to resolve itself, and then below the 50, not interested, just move on. Again, below the 50, it's got to get above the 50, you got to get above this mesh up here, move on. Same thing, got to clear this mesh right here, buyer at 33, unchained somewhere up here. I wanted this cup fully come around the right side and break out. See, they're all kind of looking the same way, right? So maybe I'm a buyer here because this would take me above the 50 and then above the 21. So maybe I'm a buyer right here, above 30, because this consolidation broke out and gave you good profit. came around, hit his head, came around. Now if it comes around again, um, but it's a utility. I was about to draw a trend line and activate it, but then I saw utility. It's like, not interested, not interested. This is the when you see CO, when you see this action right here, this isn't a base that you want to buy. You're not gonna buy this. This is a CO, a company takeover, okay, a corporate takeover. So basically, they got bought out. Okay, they got bought out. Nothing's happening. Moving on. You don't touch this anymore. Well, this is way too choppy. If you want to get into this, maybe right here above this little consolidation, kind of come back around, and maybe you want to clear the 100 and maybe 105 forward. I'm probably gonna end up going through the whole thing. Nah, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. I'm gonna go through like 10 more. Okay, 10 more. All right, nothing here, nothing here. Maybe somewhere in here. Tap, just going sideways. Not really interested in this. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested here. Gotta get above, way up here. I'm really gonna take this off here. I'm gonna leave it on because it's Lockheed Martin Aerospace Defense. I'm gonna leave it on. Maybe we got something else with the war or something like that. But it's gotta come around. Okay, it's gotta come around. RTX. This is a 100 play. That's all it is. It's a 100 play. But it's gotta get above this little shelf right here. Okay. Monster. That was the entry. I gave you guys this. I talked about this last week. Okay. Holding the 21. It's really not misbehaving at all. You take it at 93 and you're at 97. Celsius. This I took at 66, somewhere around here, because it was kind of like 3 days into a trending, and the 21 was my stop, and I took some profits on this day right here, and it kept on going higher. That's perfectly fine. But again, this is like dead money for almost half a year. So I wouldn't do anything with this now. Coke, basically just the value play. Nothing to do with Coke. I wouldn't touch Coke. I'm not interested. AutoZone. You see this little shelf right here? I had this line here. Yeah, I've had it for a while. I've had it from back here. Okay, I've had it from back here. So actually, I'm sorry. I've had it since back here somewhere. So I've had it for about a month. So I'm just letting it sit there. If this kind of goes through here, it might be a buyer. Okay, it's a big ticket item. So obviously I'm not buying 100 shares of this. But I can maybe buy 10 shares. Maybe even 3 shares. Okay, 5 shares, whatever. If it goes up 60 points on 10 shares, do the math. Again, this is like way too choppy. I had this line way back here from this little base, but it's like this is obviously you can tell this. You can have a heart attack just looking at this AKG here. I don't want to do anything with this. This is a low base right here. This is a low base. If it just below 200, I'm not interested. The 21 is kind of crossing over, so it's kind of coming across, and technically this little pattern here kind of hit. We might kind of come across, but again, you still got to fill this gap. We got this little gap here. We got to fill. Okay, this is the gap that's got to get filled first, and it's overhead resistance here somewhere. So I wouldn't touch this. This side wasn't doing anything. If you notice, the lower on my list I go, the worse the charts look. If you notice that, like the top 20 or 30 or 40 are pretty decent looking charts, and then once I'm going to halfway and lower, it's getting to a lower industry group. If you look right here, well, you can't see right there. So this right here. If you look at the industry groups, I have it by industry group rank. That's my number one ranking. And now we're in the 20s. The charts start looking a little bit more sloppy. I'm more like moving on. Notice that? So that's why industry group ranking is like priority for me. Top stocks in the top industries perform better than a low industry group ranking stock that might be outperforming but doesn't have the win of the bag of the industry itself. Interested. Yeah, interested. Here, is it a shelf? It's gotta kind of cross this. This is like a company takeover. This is done. This is a dead ticker symbol. GIS kind of did its thing here. This was the breakout. You know, technically you're still in this breakout. You're still in this. I mean, well, technically, again, teaching moment here. Double bottom. There's your entry. Okay, this one. It says it's 65.05, but this is less. But like this looks to me like it's lower than this. So either way, it's close enough. This is your pivot. There's your entry. You got a big winner. Okay. I look for basis. I look for basis. Right here it is. This little base here. Boom. You buy right here at 70, 71. You take it. You know you're at 75 now. And obviously you wouldn't have held it that long, but there's your breakout. I look for cup with handles, and I look for double bottoms. Those are my three bread and butters. Okay, my technical patterns. This little base here, let this shelf build out, and then once it does, by LW, there's the entry right there. See my trend line? It triggered. Isn't that beautiful, guys? It triggered right here, like it's supposed to. I have my trend line right there. See, I had it printed right there. And it alerted me. I think LW. I took this. I think I mentioned LW. I took this. I don't know why I got stopped out. I think because of the market. But it's just and it gave me another entry right here. This is a nice setup. This thing works, man. It really does. Too choppy. Maybe if you want to, again, above here. Now it's really above here. But again, to extend it from a 21, I wouldn't touch this. Yeah, this is like all downtrending. I'm gonna come around a little bit. I'm interested. Well, this is nice here. This is nice. Okay, this could be something. This could be something if you guys are interested. This could be something right here. DG. I took money. I took profits here. Go. I gave you go. Go. Oh man, go was a nice one. Go was a nice one. This is beautiful. This is just beautiful, beautiful. And it's still going. This thing is still going. Unbelievable. BJ, I'm not really interested in this. I'm going to take this off. I really don't care for this. Maybe something here. It's got to clear this resistance here. But again, it's too extended already, so I wouldn't want to touch this. Go is a lot better. Dollar Tree. This is one I told you I took profits on. This worked. This is nice here. This is nice here. You see how when it doesn't work, you don't get in. See how kind of didn't really take off, so you're not a buyer. So no harm, no foul. And if it does, like here, there's your entry. You have a nice 3-point move on a $20 stock. That's pretty damn good. Same thing here. Double bottom, right? Pivot. Right there. See this little shelf right here? It's beautiful, guys. This is technical. It's beautiful. There's your entry right there. There's your entry right there. A 19, right here, whatever this is. Let's say 1975. 1975, you got a nice 3-point move. Okay, on a $20 stock, that's huge. BTI, not interested. GF, oof, it's gonna give me a heart attack just looking at this. Not interested. Yeah, nice little base here. See, it's building space. I like this. I like this sideways actions. That means that when it does take off, when it does clear it, it should take off. So I have my alert right here, waiting for it. Patience. Harmony. Boom. See? Give me the alert. Give me the alert, right? I did not take this trade. I did not take this trade. But yesterday, it triggered. And you're a winner. You're a winner. Right here, it technically triggered today, but obviously I did not take this. The perfect entry would have been right here, 280. That's your entry. You're up 14 points. This is the entry right here, 740 something. That's your entry right there. Okay, that's your entry. That's a winner. See how it works? I don't know why this says 630 and this like 615 when obviously this is lower than this. I don't know why. But either way, double bottom, right? pivot, 743, 745, 747, you're a winner. Okay? UTHR, little too volatile right now and too high above the 21. Wow, look at this after hours. Wow, what's going on with this? Well, it's biomedical. It's like, it's very, very volatile. Your entry was right here, guys. That was your entry right there. Tuesday. Tuesday was your entry. And you've been a winner. You've been making good money on this. I'm interested. This is like what, dead money for like a year? I mean, whatever. Moving on. This is a double bottom low base here. See, double bottom. There's your pivot. There's your entry. Right here, it's got to clear. Okay, it's got to clear right here, 155 around there. I think I'm covering enough. I'm gonna cover like 3 more. This right here, it's got to get up to 50. I'm gonna go 3 more. I'm gonna go to this one's the last one. Okay. Learn. Okay, it's coming around. Not to really do anything. There will be your entry. ATJE. I think I covered this. That I was looking at. This is nice. PRDO. 12 will be your entry. And if it's just about 12, then you might go to, you might get to 13, 14, 15. But again, the entry was right here, the whole bottom, 11.20. There's your entry. Boom. And then low. This is not bad here, but here's your entry. Boom. And then obviously then it would have stopped you out, but that would have been the entry. Let me go through this real quick. Just for my own sake here. This is kind of how I look at it. If I see something I like, then I'll stop. Not really seeing anything. I like Chef. I took Chef. I mentioned Chef for you guys here. I got stopped out yesterday. Here, this the one. I want to show you that I took this today. I took this entry in this little clear here. This is what I go through, guys. This is what I do. I'm looking at it. I'm not seeing anything. I like this one right here. See, I stop and I do this and I move on. That's it. It takes me like 10 seconds. Let me go back to this one. I like this one. I like right here. That's it. We went through 174 stocks, guys. That's how you go through your charts. Okay. Sorry it took a little bit longer, but I wanted to give you an extra kind of insight of what I look at, even further in depth than the weekend video. Again, this is the weekend video for this week with the 174 stocks that I'm giving you, and I just went through every single one of them. I just showed you what I do and when I have 500, I go through the same way. Obviously, I don't talk through it like I did showing you guys, but this is how I go boom, 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 boom. I go through all these stocks, and when I see something I like, I stop and I do my trend line, and I kind of like let it alert me. Okay, so again, we're hitting our head in the 50. Okay, so we need to clear the 50 now. We got this hurdle. Now we got this hurdle, which I think it's a little bit stronger, bigger hurdle. and see what happens tomorrow. Okay, be safe. Have a great weekend. Put the work in. Maybe go through your list, download the list and put it in your watch list and go through it as I'm going through it, so you can kind of see what I'm seeing and kind of develop, the look for what you're looking for. All right, guys, be good. Any questions? Please ask me. I love questions, and I love to kind of have you guys understand thoroughly everything that you're doing, so you can make a lot of money and grow this business for yourselves.